Hey Susan, how you doing?
Hey, doing
Hey,
good.
thanks for joining us. So everyone, this is Susan Palyo. She's with Voice Trax West. So thank you for joining us. Let's jump in. Um, so in your experience, demos have done different things over time. So what do you think the role of a demo is in 2024? Is it just for marketing? I say just, is it for marketing? Is it to get an agent? Does it have another purpose? What do you see happening this year?
I think it's still for both of those purposes. Definitely in LA, it's pretty hard to get an agent unless you have a great demo,
Okay.
um, especially commercial demo. Um, and so I think that's key for the LA market for getting an agent. I've heard it's not as key and necessarily in other markets, but then, you know, if you're going to get jobs that maybe you're pursuing on your own and you're directing people to your website, you want to have a great demo on there so that they have something to listen to in addition to just your audition. Or maybe they don't, I know so many people book things off of their demos that they don't even audition for.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Perfect.
yeah,
How
I
long have
definitely,
you been making demos?
I have been working for Voice Track since 1990. I came in
Wow.
and I came in as the demo engineer. And then I took over the production in 1997. Uh, and so I've been producing the demo since then. And but I've been in the world of it. When I started, like we were literally cutting tape, and the,
Yeah.
the demos were on reel to reels in little boxes, little 4x4 boxes. And yeah, so I've been through reel to reels,
You've been in it
cassettes,
a minute. You've been doing it for.
CDs, yeah, and MP3s.
Now, what genres of demos do you produce?
I primarily do commercial and animation,
Okay.
but I also do quite a few narration demos. And then, and those different parts of the country use the word narration differently. And so that encompasses everything from corporate narration, TV narration for, like shows on History Channel and
Oh,
stuff,
I see.
documentary, that type of thing.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, corporate sales type videos and also like e-learning type things. When I do a narration demo, I typically do a blend of those types of things,
Okay.
um, so that people have a good overview.
Do you think,
Oh, and I also do a promo demo once in a while.
okay.
Those are my least favorite because um, I don't have access to the sound bites or anything. So
Well, and that's what I was going to ask. So yeah, that's a perfect segue. There are some producers, it feels like they do every genre. Do you think it helps or hurts if you like niche down and just kind of offer a select few genre or be really good in one area, or do you think it matters?
um, I think you should have knowledge in whatever area you're doing,
Okay.
but I don't think it matters. I've it's like I said, I'll do whatever people want me to do. I've done
Yeah.
singing demos even. So um
Which I still need to do. Very excited. What criteria, if any, does a talent need to meet? Do you have a criteria that they need to meet before you'll work with them, before you'll produce their demo?
we have a pretty good screening process at Voice Tracks. I mean, most of the people, I would say at least 80% of the people that I make demos for have already done my classes, at least my
Okay.
classes, and typically more. I always tell people don't just do a demo just after my classes because you need to get out there and study with other people. Um, or I get a lot of agent referrals. So most of the time, I already know that people are
Okay.
good. And then we're really good at screening out and making sure that people have done training and I'll turn a person away. I just had to do that for one of my actual students recently because he's not ready. So
What
uh,
about studio space? Do you like folks to come into the studio to record, or as long as do you do any kind of like test on their own space for their home studio?
yeah, I mean, that's becoming more of a thing, even with people who are local to LA. I prefer in person
Of
because
course.
then I have better control of the levels and everything, and just I know the space is great. But I know some people are now going with this idea of I need to record it from my home space because that's what I'm going to be using the most. Or I also do tons of demos for remote people.
Mhm.
But I've had people fly in from all parts of the country and as well to come and do their demos. So it's kind of
Case by
you
case.
know, you're even if you have a great home setup, you're in theory, especially in LA, you're not going to do all your demos or all your jobs from home because people like to have you be in person.
Okay.
So, but either way, I don't have a
Okay.
rule about that.
Okay. Now you did mention that you also coach, but do you don't require coaching like as part of a demo package, but you do
No.
require coaching before
Yeah,
pursuing a demo.
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Unless you're direct referred from an agent, but then you're already an
You've done
actor
coach. Yeah.
and already.
Yeah.
So, but no, I don't have it as the package like you have to do X number of coachings before you do the demo or something like that. If people want to do it, yay, come coach with me all you want, but it's not a requirement. And
Okay.
so.
Do you think this is kind of maybe a little convoluted, maybe not, but because it feels like production is kind of been done by all different kinds of people now. Do you feel like there should be like a metaphorical separation of church and state? Like audio engineers do their thing and coaches do their thing. Casting should just cast, but it seems like there's a lot of overlap now. Do you think that's an issue, or do you think that helps that people are in multiple areas of the
I mean,
process?
most people in this business do multiple aspects of creative endeavors anyway.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know. I came to it from the engineering world, but I was a music major who is too nervous to perform. So I like the technical side, other side of the glass part of it.
Yeah.
So and I don't know. I've been doing it a long time. I just think that the number one thing is to be aware of the styles and also the music and stuff. I spend a lot of time watching and listening to commercials, uh, just to be like, oh, what's going on with music, and and also having access to a good music library, which we have, access to the best music library, Universal Production Music, and so that things sound contemporary,
Yeah,
and
that's important.
but also so that they will also last for a long time.
Mhm.
Um, I have a good reputation with people being like, uh, I'm sorry, that was my phone. People being like, oh man, you did my demo like 10 years ago and I still book from it. So
Oh, and that's quite a compliment. So
yeah, so
that's good. How much do you charge for a demo and what is included in the cost?
so commercial demo is 1,500,
Okay.
an animation demo is 2,000. If you do them both together or within a somewhat several months-ish of each other, I knock $500 off the second one.
Okay.
And that includes me getting all the scripts together for you, but you're welcome to bring it to the table anything you want as well. And then all the engineering and me and and then your final is MP3 or if you want a wave or whatever. And if you want me to send you the individual mixes at the end, I often do that now because I know a lot of people are putting those on their website as
Yeah.
individual clips and stuff like that. So, um,
Perfect. All right. Let's talk scripts for a second. There seems to kind of be a couple camps that everything needs to be completely custom, which I'm not sure how we can even get there anymore, but or, modify existing scripts from somewhere else. Do you have a preference on this?
I've always used, especially commercially, real commercials.
Mhm.
We record tons of real commercials of voice tracks, so I've always had access to that. And over the years, I've had other people sending me scripts from various things. Now, if it's some big campaign that I know some celebrities doing,
Right.
we'll make sure to not do that. I am terrible at knowing celebrities, so sometimes I might not know that it's some big celebrity. I try to find out. But the the big key is the LA market, the LA agents want big national campaigns, TV
Okay.
campaigns on your demo. They don't care if it's the only thing that they'll do is like if it's some campaign that is one of their clients, they'll be like, no, I don't want that on there because it's my other client's big campaign. So that's what they're looking for. Uh, regional. And so when I'm doing the demos, even if I'm doing it for regional people, I tend to go with that route.
Okay.
And I've always used the product name, and um and I'm create some scripts from, like, I ask people what do they like or whatever. And if I, I don't, I'll go on their website and take their words that are on their website.
Yeah.
Um, so
Okay.
uh,
And let's see. Oh, are you open to collaborating with talent? You already said yes. And you're also okay with, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, they bring in their script, or if they have a coach or a director they want to bring in. Okay.
absolutely. I've
Okay.
done tons of them with, people with extra coaches or whatever. And yeah,
Okay, perfect.
because the only act is the engineer. I'm happy to do that too. I do that for some people. Um, you know, I've mixed demos just for them, and they do everything else. So that's a
Okay.
whole other thing. I also do per spot demos back when we were talking about the cost.
Yeah.
And if you only want to do a 2 or 3 add or change to your demo, I have a rate for that. So
Oh, perfect. Okay, that's actually a really good idea. So since obviously you've been doing demos forever, what have you seen shift? Maybe it's production, maybe it's technology, maybe it's just in how demos are done now. What shifts are you seeing? Like and I won't even say trends, but let's just say kind of changes that people should be looking for in 2024.
well, I mean, since I've been doing it, definitely demo length. I used to do demos that were 3 minutes long.
Wow.
But and then they got shorter and shorter. Uh and then they expanded back a little bit. I think, that 1 minute, it's gotta be 1 minute thing is a
Yeah.
little not as rigid as it was for a little while. Because the people that are buying you, they want to hear that you can do more than just a tag. They want to hear
Yeah.
you act in your voice. They want to hear the variety. They want to hear you carry a arc of a spot. So, I try to do that in 10 to 12 seconds per spot. But changes. Um, I don't know. I think just trying to stay current with what the styles are,
Hmm.
uh, while again not being so niche that um
It doesn't have longevity.
but always bringing yourself, and you know trying to bring your personality as much as you can to a commercial without being so out there. I mean, commercials haven't changed that much in the last 15 years. Even in the last 20 years, they're still, you're still going only at Walmart. So um
That was good. We recorded it.
the only other thing is, the the commercials are much shorter. Like, they're playing between YouTube videos and
Yeah.
streaming things and stuff like that. So
Okay. All right. Well, the last question I have for you is, why should talent choose to work with you?
I've been doing this for a long time. I have a very good reputation among the LA agents. Um, and I think I'm fun and a nice person.
I do too.
And Um, let's see. I did look at the questions ahead of time. This was the one I didn't really prepare an answer for. Um, Again, like I said, a lot of experience. I am so flexible. When we do your session, um, after we do the recording session, I send you a dry cut. And
Yeah.
then if you don't like something, and I always way record too many things as well. And so it's always a matter of whittling down the great stuff instead of needing more. But if you don't like the way you said a word, or you're like, oh, or I go, oh, you know what, we should have done something like such and such, and we forgot. I'm always open to having you come back in and
Great.
re-record, especially on animation sessions. A lot of times we end up doing another session, or just not all the spots, but a couple of
Yeah.
things here or there. And I try to keep my prices reasonable. And um, even though I do not do voiceover myself, uh, like I said, I keep track of current styles and try to keep a really good pulse on what's going on.
All right. That's great. Well, thank you so much. All right. And we will get this posted so people hopefully will come find you.
Awesome.
Thank you.